another impressive speaker in our club. He's been with our club, I think, about 6 months, maybe a little bit more. But I recall learning during, I think it was his icebreaker speech, that he has an affinity for languages, something that I don't have. But I understand he has multiple degrees in Spanish. I'm looking forward to what he has to talk to us about today. The title of his speech is A Privileged Childhood. Please join me in welcoming Matthew Boyce.
John, I have to ask, did my wife put you up to that? She loves projects. Every year we have a project. So. Scraping popcorn ceiling. Oh boy. Okay, so today I will be speaking about a topic that's fairly personal, my childhood. But before I start, I'd like to ask, is there anyone here from a small town, maybe rural area? John, you are? Margie? Can I ask Margie, did you ever feel hesitant to tell people where you were from?
Not at
Really?
all.
Gary?
Maybe a little.
A little bit. Me too. I sometimes feel a little bit hesitant to say where I'm from because maybe people might not see it in a super positive light or maybe not take me as seriously. But I am from Elko, Nevada, so I am from rural Nevada. And I think that when I look back on it, I should really be grateful because I had a privileged childhood. Now, just to clarify, when I say a privileged childhood, I do not mean that I was wealthy or that my family was wealthy. I did not have the things that I really wanted, like an Atari console or a personal computer. Never had those things. It was not in our budget. But what I did get from there, I think, are really great advantages, really blessings. The first thing that stands out is coming from a small town, you have very few options for food, shopping. When you leave that small town and go to, let's say, Twin Falls, Idaho shopping, you will find that everything there is novel, new, and wonderful. Every time we went there, we had to go to a 5-star restaurant by the name of Skipper's. For me, that was high dining. That was really great stuff. Fried clams from Skipper's was about the best food I could think of. And if we went to Sizzler and had steak and shrimp, oh boy, that was amazing. So definitely our bar was a little bit lower. We were a little bit easier to impress. The other thing that it really stood out is, especially being from Generation X and a small town, I had to deal with boredom. So actually, there was a lot of downtime. We only had 8 channels of TV, and I had no computer, no video games. So I had to learn to love reading. I had to pick up some social skills and make friends and go outside and stay active, be creative. We built a lot of forts, spent our summers on bicycles, and I think that ability to deal with boredom and be responsible for making your own fun and your own happiness was really a gift. The other thing that I think really stood out being from a small town, especially in that time, is the insane amount of freedom. As a kid, we could leave that house from kindergarten. We could leave our house, be gone the whole day, come back when it was getting night, and that was fine. My parents were not worried. They left their door open. They left their keys in their car. It was a different time, different place. But I had an insane amount of freedom. I was able to determine my day from when I woke up till basically when it was nighttime. The last thing that I think really stands out, being from rural Nevada, is exposure to nature. Because this is such a cheap, easy vacation. It's very close, it's right there. Hunting, fishing, camping, we all grew up doing this quite a bit. In fact, every year we would have this major event where we would go camping, usually for 4 or 5 days in these beautiful mountains with streams and quakies and pine trees. For 5 days we would camp. And as children, we would intrepidly explore the mountainside, look for frogs, look for snakes, get in trouble with the parents because we would muddy up the fishing holes by accident, and usually playing with dogs. But when I think back on it, I really am grateful. I had a privileged childhood, and I think I got a lot out of it, and I'm glad to be at this age now. I'm proud to be from Elko, Nevada. Thank you very much.